Hey guys, what is up? Sam or Scorpiola here, and boy do I have a special one for you. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining the entire Dark Aether story so far, including everything you need to know about the new Dark Aether universe and the storyline behind Die Maschine. I'm not going to waste any of your time, we're just going to jump right into it. As creation reset and the new universe was merged into one singular timeline, the rest of creation was banished into the depths of the Dark Aether, becoming twisted and deformed. Those unfortunate enough to be banished into the Dark Aether were quick to succumb to its primordial corruption, with some rising from the dead and new species emerging from the corruption. Elder gods emerged from the banished keepers known as apothecans. These new beings took the form of giant fog-roaming behemoths, while in the place below creation, everything within it suffered in a timeless, eternal agony. The new universe was generally at peace, with life able to continue as normal. As World War II drew to a close, the Nazis were desperate to win the war by any means necessary, with several programs dedicated to ensuring victory for the Reich. One of these programs was Uhrenwein, the Nazi program dedicated to atomic research and uranium enrichment. During summer 1943, Kurt Diebner, the head of Project Uhrenwein, approved the proposal of a massive particle accelerator and collider known as the cyclotron that would be developed by Drs. Ehrlich Vogel and Kurtz. Project N Station was funded and headed by Vogel, and the site was located in a wooded area called Murosako in Nazi-occupied Poland. We know this better as Die Maschine. On March 7th, 1944, Vogel and Kurtz performed a test of the cyclotron. During the process, the particle accelerator malfunctioned and opened a localized rift between their world and another dimension, the Dark Aether. Creatures started coming through the gateway, and men close to the collider started to turn into zombies. The small outbreak was contained, but the cyclotron was now operating on its own without an external source of power. In the following days, Vogel began studying the victims of the incident, believing they were infected by an exotic element dubbed Exo-Element 1. Vogel started working on a decontamination chamber dedicated to restore the brain activity of the fallen soldiers. This was known as Der Wurschtler. Following the Normandy landings, Hitler realized the potential of the findings at N Station, and by summer 1944 tasked Vogel to weaponize Der Wurschtler and their other works. But little progress was made, and with the Red Army coming ever closer to the facility, Project N Station was abandoned in late January 1945. A week after it was abandoned, the 8th Guards of the Red Army arrived in Murosako and entered the facility. They recorded on film their progress, the rift created by the cyclotron, and the zombie attacks that followed. A week later, on February 10th, 1945, a cleaning crew led by Colonel Pavel Lazarev arrived at the facility. After the zombies had been eliminated, Lazarev tasked Sergeant Kazimir Zykov of the 1st Guards Tank Army to stop the cyclotron. After being sealed inside the facility, Zykov successfully shut down the particle accelerator, dying in the process. The film reels of Project N Station were then sent to the Soviet archives and remained hidden for almost 40 years. In March 1983, believing the United States were becoming a serious threat to the Soviet Union, KGB chairman Viktor Chebrikov ordered to restore the Omega Group, a special Spetsnaz unit. Omega Group started scouring KGB and NKVD archives and found the film reels in an NKVD intelligence vault on July 15, 1983. After the reels were reviewed, Chebrikov authorized Omega Group to weaponize the findings of Project N Station and harness the power of the cyclotron and the Dark Aether to give the Soviet Union a strategic advantage over the United States and NATO. The N Station facility was secured by Omega Group in late August 1983, and after 2 months of study, the cyclotron and other experimental devices were restored to operational condition by late October. The reactivation of the cyclotron, dubbed Operacja Grobowczyk or Operation Undertaker, took place a few days after, being overseen by Valentina and Dr. Peck. Valentina tasked two men, officers Medvedev and Orlov, to reactivate the collider. The men were successful, but Orlov was turned into a megaton in the process. With the reactivation of the cyclotron, several gateways and dimensional breaches started to appear around the world, including one near the Hang Ho district of the Quang Tri province in Vietnam. During the 2 weeks that followed the reactivation of the cyclotron, Tatiana, a contact of BND agent Samantha Maxis, told Maxis that the KGB uncovered something from their archives and was launching a ground operation in Poland. Tatiana managed to steal a copy of the End Station film to send it to Maxis. Believing that the BND was compromised by the Omega Group, Samantha left the agency but asked Dieta, the only BND agent she still trusted, to send the End Station tape to the CIA. After the CIA received the tape, Samantha contacted Grigory Weaver to persuade him to look at the footage. When Weaver asked her to turn herself to the CIA for protection, she refused and even fought off teams sent by Weaver to retrieve her. Maxis then left Germany, arriving in Romania to persuade a new contact within Omega Group who she believed could be turned. To face this new threat, the CIA created a new department called Requiem, with Weaver becoming the head of its Field Operations Division and commanding officer. He was then soon joined by Dr. Elizabeth Gray as head of the Unnatural Sciences Division, Dr. Oscar Strauss, a former scientist at Project End Station who left the project prior to the incident of March 1944, as head of the Energy Research Division, and Major Mackenzie Carver as head of the Containment and Security Division. In November 1983, Chairman Chebrikov of the KGB came to an agreement with Chairman Pham Van Dong, the Vietnamese Prime Minister, to construct a KGB Spetsnaz Omega Group facility outside the district capital of Khe Sanh. Later in the month, approval was given for a classified operation to be carried out by Omega Group and for construction to begin on the new Khe Sanh site, with plans to complete its construction by February 15, 1984. The Russians intended to use the site to begin testing on classified elements and individuals, with the group seeking volunteers for experimentation. Meanwhile, using the intel provided by Maxis, Requiem launched a reconnaissance operation called Cerberus on November 13, 1983. This is the operation we experience in Die Maschine. A strike team was dispatched at the Project End Station facility where they discovered the cyclotron and its gateway to the Dark Aether. During their exploration of the site, the strike team entered the other dimension, encountering Mayak, the Megaton Overlord. They also managed to partially resurrect Orlov using Der Wurschtler, allowing him to assist the team in deactivating the cyclotron and closing the Morisako Rift. Orlov stayed behind to ensure the facility would be destroyed, warning the strike team that Omega Group had big plans. Raptor 1 exfiltrated the team as a nuclear explosion detonated. Weaver congratulated the team personally, but noted that their fight was far from over. In the months that followed the destruction of Project End Station, more rifts started to open around the world, including Nicaragua, Berlin, and the Uzbek Republic. This event therefore creates the Onslaught mode. And with that, we have reached the ending of Die Maschine, taking us up to everything we know about this storyline so far. I want to give a big shout out to the Call of Duty wiki, without whom this video wouldn't have been possible thanks to their amazing explanation of this storyline. If you guys have enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like to show your support, comment down below any predictions you have for the future of this storyline, and subscribe for more Call of Duty content. I'm also over on TikTok now at ScorpioloYT, so make sure to check that out for even more content. And yeah, like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you on more Call of Duty content. Bye!